I can sum up the show for you with one word. Nothing. Nothing? Nothing.
Everybody's doing something. We'll do nothing. I still don't know what the idea is.
This is the show, and we're not gonna change it.
All right, everybody, and welcome back to another episode 47 of This is the Show. I'm one of your hosts, Alex Webb.
Casey McGowan. Happy Friday, folks. We're back. The boys
We're
are back on their consistent shit.
No, 2 weeks in a row. We're absolutely wild.
2 weeks in a row, and this week, I mean, this is coming out on Friday, but had a clip drop yesterday. Gonna have our second clip drop from this new episode before it drops on Friday. We're the clip kings now.
The clip kings. I was just gonna say it.
Hold on 1 second. Sorry.
Yeah.
I just realized my space heater was on.
Ooh, it's gonna get hot.
I mean, it's not gonna get like too hot, but once I start
Uncomfortable.
talking, I don't need the space heater on,
Yeah. The blood's moving. The blood's pumping. It's snowing where you're at.
It is snowing. It was like that terrible snow rain because it wasn't cold enough to just be all snow.
Yeah.
So it was like those thick droplets of rain that are a little bit snow, they're transitioning between snow and rain. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
One of those.
The worst.
Brutal. Still got
Because
my 10,000 steps though. I just fucking manned through it on my lunch break. Just was
you walked.
Yeah, dude. I walked 4.5 miles, almost 5 in it, just barreling through.
That is crazy.
Put the boots on,
God
put
bless
the big
you.
coat on, the hat, the whole thing. Gloves,
Oh, mittens or fingered?
fingered. You know what's
Yeah.
funny though? I might as well just do mittens because I got my gloves stink. They're the big, thick leather ones. I can't even take my keys out of my pocket with these gloves on. Look at this. Look at this.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Thick. Those
That's
aren't
a-
going in a pocket. You got
Bro,
tight
this-
little pockets, bro.
This is 1940s detective glove. You know what I mean?
That's like 1940s murder glove.
This is I can smell the cow on this glove. I can still smell the cow on this. That's how much. There's so much leather, man.
Those gloves are creating crimes, not solving them.
No, I got them from LL Bean. My girlfriend's parents got me $100 gift card to LL Bean, and so I was
Jesus.
I
That's
got
a lot of
bad
money.
gloves. I got cold hands. I need good gloves. I buy these gloves. Guess how much those gloves were?
$89.
Exactly right. I can't believe you
Yeah.
got it. Oh my god! Did you know that? Did I tell you?
No.
You just guessed?
Of course I just guessed.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
impressive.
Bro,
That's
I be
fucking-
shopping.
You do be shopping. You do be shopping. You do be shopping. It's true. It's true. Fuck, dude. That was exactly right. I can't believe that.
Yeah.
They were
And you know what-
exactly $89.
Well, and I bet they were actually exactly $89 because if you bought them in the city of New York, you're not paying the sales tax on clothes that are under $120 or something like that.
I think they were exactly $89.
Yeah. You don't even pay tax on that.
Wow. Bravo.
Thank
You
you.
do be shopping. Fuck. Wow. Color me impressed.
Yeah.
I was like, there's no way he's going to guess. I thought you were going to say 59. 59,
Yeah.
I thought was going to be the guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, $89. They keep your hands warm, obviously,
Sure.
because you know what they are. I'll show
Real
you.
leather.
Sorry for the people listening. They are real leather, but they're the inside is insulated.
Oh, it's got a little fleece.
Got a little fleece for the folks not watching the cast today. I just showed the inside of my glove. It's got that, that little fleece casing. You know what I mean?
A little fleece sleeve.
The point is, we shouldn't be talking about any of this. It's March fucking 11th. This is bananas. This needs to stop. Winter is out of control.
Yeah. Cancel winter if you can.
Yeah. How you're freezing over there, right? What's the temperature?
It's like 63 today. My hands are ice cold, bro. I need gloves.
This guy, Alex texted me today. It's doing the snow rain. I get a text from Alex. He's like, it's a picture of him. He took a selfie of him wearing his coat and a button-up shirt. He's fully dressed like he's about to go golfing in the middle of April in fucking Cape Cod. Sends me a picture and he goes, bro, I'm freezing. So I go, oh fuck, dude, the desert gets cold because it does get cold. I know how it can get in Tucson.
It got cold today.
Well, I go and I look it up and it's fucking 63 degrees out. I'm like, this guy.
I thought it was cold. It's 70 in my house right now, but it's still because I'm not moving a lot. You get cold.
Yeah, you do get cold. Well, that's like you told me though, you don't turn the heat on during the day, which is like crazy to me. I got that space heater going all day, every day.
I won't turn it on until it gets to be like 58, 60 is pretty cold in the house. Because
it's cold.
Yeah. I mean, for a house, because I know I like my house at like 72 degrees. That's the sweet spot. 70, 72. But I like that to be ambient because if you get your heater on to 72, it makes the space too hot. It's like, how is this 72 and still hot? If I open the windows and it's 72, it's fine. It doesn't make sense.
Well, I was thinking about this. I keep my AC going in the summer at like 63 degrees in my room, running all day, every day. I'm not cold at all. It's 63 degrees in my room today. I want to kill myself because of how cold it is. What's with that?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It doesn't make sense. I just want it to be like 9 p.m. and still kind of bright out and hot, like muggy. I want to be sticky. I want to be like sweaty in someone's backyard, trying to drunkenly bum a cigarette from somebody and just hanging out, you know?
You lost me with the you got really into the sweaty part. You were like, I want to be wet. I want to be sopping wet. I want to be raindrops coming off my eyebrows. Like I was like, why is he so into the wet thing? You can be not wet. You got a big wet energy over there.
It's because I just watched the Batman, and that's a wet movie.
That is a wet movie and a hell of a transition. Look at you. You've been doing this for 47 episodes.
Thank you. I was waiting for it. I was waiting for some wet talk so we could transition into the Batman.
That movie was wet. Big wet. Now, how do we do this?
Yeah.
We don't have to talk about it the whole time, and we can tangent, obviously. But me and Alex, we want to talk about it. We both saw the Batman. I saw it last week. Alex saw it this week. Do we just talk about it? Like, if you haven't seen it, like, don't listen.
This is a spoiler episode.
Okay.
This is a spoiler episode. Yeah,
right.
yeah. For 100%. Right. If you don't want to hear about the Batman, if you have no interest in this, or if you are like waiting to go see it until the theaters are empty, don't. Just turn this off and come back, or don't ever come back, you know. But this is a spoiler. Never come back. But yeah. This is a spoiler episode for sure. I finally saw it. You saw it last week. Can
I tell you something about spoilers real quick? not to derail. We'll get rerailed. But
yeah.
The whole yeah, sorry. That was weird. I don't know why I said that. I don't know what that means.
All right.
Sound good.
No, we'll get railed.
So what was I talking about?
Spoilers. You're gonna go on a rant about spoilers.
Not even a rant. My whole thing is just like, you know, people are big on the spoilers, like you can't spoil the whole thing. But I think like once you say like, hey, we're gonna spoil talk or like whatever. And also, like, this is going to be a hot take, but like, it's because I'm not normally a Marvel guy. Like, I don't have the big Marvel thing, but like, if something gets spoiled for me, I'm like, you know, like whatever. It doesn't like, you know, you ever meet these people that are like, I can't see it now because it's fun. I'm like, come on.
Yeah.
We're in our 30s. What are we doing? You know what I mean? I don't know.
I get it. Like, you know, my thing is like a week. You have a week. If you really actually care, then you've got a week to get caught up before like your complaint about a spoiler is kind of irrelevant because you had time. Unless you know, sure, there's a fringe case I'm sure out there somewhere. But
no fringe. Go all in.
Fringe less.
Yeah, dude, I have a take.
But yeah, it's like a week buffer and then you're good. Anything outside of the week, you had your time. You don't care that much. Otherwise, you would have gone and seen it, you know, or you would have, you know. Yeah, that's
my thing. Like, I never saw Game of Thrones. Can you imagine if I was at like a party and Game of Thrones came up and somebody was like, "Oh, the thing with it, it's a spoiler." Can you imagine if I was like, "Why would you do that?" It's like it's on me at that point. I didn't see it. You know,
Yeah,
they
I
watched
mean,
it. Talk about it.
in general, there needs to be like just an objective timeline of if it's a week for absolutely no spoiler talk, sure, okay, and then after like something's been out for 5 years, don't even do the check-in to see like, oh, can I spoil this for you? It's like, yeah, dude, it's Con Air with like we've had our time, you know what I mean?
It's true. But I like your method of like give it a week because we live in a world where new stuff is coming out all the time. You know,
There's too much stuff.
Back in the 90s, like, yeah, spoilers are a bigger deal because like 8 things came out a year. There was like 6 movies and 2 TV shows. That was it.
Yeah, I mean, you also didn't have like Twitter where like everything is spoiled, like, I mean, you go on TikTok when Spider-Man first came out and people were just like streaming the movie in the theater. It was like you'd come up to like a live stream and it was just like a horizontal view of No Way Home.
That movie got spoiled for me on TikTok. That's funny you brought that up. Literally spoiled for me on TikTok. But I didn't freak out. I still saw it and I loved it. You know, leave me alone.
You did love it. But yeah, it's like after like 5 years, like I'm not even checking in. Like if you haven't watched Lord of the Rings, we're just going to talk about Lord of the It was a book before it was a movie. You had you've had like 80 years to get caught up.
Yeah, I mean, if you don't know Lord of the Rings yet, come on. What are you doing? But anyways, we saw the Batman. You saw it. You saw it last night. So well, first of all, did you have any movie theater experiences? Because I had the weird guy. And bro, you'll probably know why the ending of the movie when the guy got up. Now you get it. That scene is like, I'm watching the thing I'm afraid of.
Yeah. There's like a series of events where you're like, oh, just get, and then if he starts putting saran wrap on his head, you're like, I got to get the hell out of here.
Oh, dude. Saran wrap came out. I was out.
So yeah, theater experiences before we even get into the movie. Pretty uneventful. Again, like it cost me $15 total for Shelby and I to go see it last night.
Both?
Yeah, for 2 tickets.
Gee whiz, I gotta move out of this city, man. I'll tell you.
I bought a large popcorn, a large soda, 2 candies, and a pit. No, we didn't get the pickle. So 4 things total, and it was like $20 for snacks.
Wow. $15 for both tickets.
For both tickets total with tax.
Unbelievable, man. It's fucking $19 for just the ticket.
For one. Yeah. No. I mean, that's what I was telling you when you were like, it's going to be busy. Be prepared. I was like, I don't think it is. No one. And it's funny because you'd think it's a cheap theater. But yeah, I don't know. People, I live in a weird neighborhood, man. It's just like, it's like a retirement community that I live in for the most part. Like this whole neighborhood. It's like old folks.
I'll tell you this. I don't like Spider-Man. It was like record-breaking numbers. People are going out to see it. I haven't heard a lot of rumblings. I feel like Batman's like not killing it in the way that the Spider-Man Marvel movies usually do. It seems that way. I haven't done any research and I won't. So email us. This is the show 69@gmail.com if you know the actual numbers. Because I pulled up some numbers. I figured we'd come up and like talk about that, so I had that kind of open up. The only doing research making me look bad.
the only 2 things that were actually eventful in the movie showing was when we were, how there's like the little stanchion that you got to walk past where they scan your phone or they take your ticket and then you go to the theater.
Yeah,
there was no person to scan my phone or take the tickets. So I just walked in. So that was kind of weird. I stood there for 45 seconds, but there's only so long I'm going to sit there and wait to get scanned. And then I'm just going to go in.
This theater seems like it's out of the 50s. I mean, it seems like there's no one there. There's like a 16-year-old working the candy stand. I don't know what's going on over there.
No, actually, dude, it's like, it's really phenomenal. I saw 2 employees the whole time I was there. One of them was working the box office. And then... So you know how like nowadays it's all assigned seating, right? You pick your seat before you go.
Yeah, COVID.
Well, I think that the general mentality is people want that middle seat because it's the middle. So it's like the best seat in the house, right? It's like like a couple rows up and then in the middle, right? Like that's like the sweet spot. Well, the awkward thing is like with a movie theater this size and there's nobody in there, when you pick the seats, it's like somehow you're still bunching up to you got all this room, but then like there's this little section because everyone wants the good seat. So we're in a pretty much empty movie theater. I got an old guy to my left who's falling asleep, snoring, and his phone's ringing. And then we got someone directly in front of us, and then we got someone directly behind us. And it's like, what the hell? Like, move. Like I almost moved, it's like, go to the outside, go to the, up a couple rows, but we were literally, and that was everybody in the movie theater. It was just our 3 little rows directly behind each other. And then old guy snoring so loud and his phone was like ringing, but it sounded like an old Nokia ring from like
during the movie.
Yes.
Oh, that's tough. I would have been like,
rang.
I would have woke him up. I'd been like, you get your old ass up. You answer that phone.
Yeah. So that was the only kind of like complaint is like the middle sit or like the middle seating thing. It's weird.
I got a question though. With the assigned seating, at least in the New York theaters, like they show you the computer screen of what seats have already been picked.
Yes.
So does it do that for you?
Yes. And when I went to go when I went to go pick, because I bought my tickets like days in advance. Okay.
Yeah.
There was not a seat sold. It was an empty theater. It was all green. I could sit anywhere I wanted. So I picked the 2, and then people were like, they're going to buy their tickets after me. They're seeing where I'm sitting, and they're like, you know what? That's a good spot. I'm going to sit in front of this guy.
Yeah, that's on them. Yeah,
100%. Yeah, I did nothing wrong.
No, I wasn't. I
did nothing wrong.
I wasn't accusing. You got a little defensive there. Got a little defensive. That was quick. No. You got no delay on the mic this week. I mean, he came in hot for that one.
No delay. So anyways, movie, great.
You loved it. You loved it.
I did like it.
I gave it 3 stars. I mean, on Letterboxd, that was my Letterboxd review. I gave it 3 stars. I said, what did I say? I said this movie, or Robert Pattinson was great, or killed it. I forget what I said. And I said, this movie was exhausting, cool as hell, but nonetheless exhausting. That was my review. It is long, bro. It's big long.
It's long. A lot of like establishing driving scenes, just point A to point. Well, yeah.
That's exactly what I was going to bring up as one of the sections where it's like they needed an editor. Remember the part where, spoilers, remember the part where Robert Pattinson and Zoe Kravitz are like, she's like, let's go upstate and like rob a CEO hedge fund. And he's like, I'm back, man. I got to stay here or whatever. And then they drive their motorcycles for like an hour. They drive those motorcycles for so long. I'm like, what are we doing here? There's crazy. So many shots of the motorcycles.
They're like going through cemeteries and like all this. It's like it was very long. And they did that a few times. There's the car chase. There's the car chase with the penguin. Long car chase.
Big long. At least that part was like exciting.
Sure.
The motorcycle one, I was like, wrap it up.
Even him like going to the iceberg lounge and stuff. And it's like a 30-second, 45-second shot of it. I mean, that's like, it's crazy. You cut like 4 of those out, you get like 20 minutes back.
Here's what I'll say. I think there's a really, really, really good 2-hour and 10-minute movie in there.
Yeah.
Like in that movie somewhere, I think there's a really good 2-hour, 10-minute, maybe even 2 hours straight. If I'm getting a little honest, I didn't need to see so many. This is one other thing I'll say. So many times the Riddler killed somebody, and I get it. They're doing the 7 Zodiac thing. I get it, blah, 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 whatever. But like just the detective reading the clues, he's just quietly reading them. Like it's not on screen. I'm like, what are you doing?
Every time. I mean, he kills 3-4 people in that.
Yeah.
And we're hearing every clue read back by Jeffrey Wright.
After looking at it for a 30-second shot where we see it, and then you go, okay. And then he goes, what's long hair, and I'm whatever, whatever it was. So
there was also a scene where okay, just a couple complaints just right up top. Robert Pattinson, he's got the jawline for Batman. Mm-hmm. I do not think he's got the actual physical body for Batman. I think he's too skinny.
This is a hot take. I did not see this coming.
Yeah, I just
Interesting.
because
Really?
Batman objectively is a beefy big dude. He's got the broad shoulders. Like Ben Affleck as Batman is like the perfect body type for Batman.
I do agree with that.
And my reference is the comic books exclusively.
Sure, yeah.
Like it's just he is built like a goddamn pyramid, you know?
Even the animation series, that animated Batman, he's big. You are right. He is big.
Like he's a big dude. And so yeah, Ben Affleck's body type, great. Christian Bale, he kind of pulled it off, although he was slender, but he was still like, you know, muscular. Robert Pattinson in the suit, he looked good, but he, you know, there's a couple scenes where he takes that suit off. He's like, you know, he's got like my body type in that shit, dude. And I was like, what's going on here? You know, and that's fine. I'm not like, you know, like he still did good, but that was just kind of like, he looks like a little like skinny for this, you know. I don't know. This is kind of weird.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Every time he took his helmet off, I was waiting to hear when I was a young man.
Yeah.
I was waiting.
Yeah,
he
looked
he's like, emo, bro. He's emo Batman.
Yeah, it was like try hard. There was also that scene right in the beginning where he puts the sunglasses on.
That scene was bad, right? That scene was why the movie's so self-serious. What's with this weird joke part where he's like afraid of the sun? What's going on?
I did not like that. I did not like that. Like that took it down to a whole star for me. Like
it took me out of it. That's funny. I noticed that as well. I was like, what are we doing here? What is he like afraid of the lights? What's happening?
I don't know. It was not clearly explained. I was like, does this guy did he just get his eyes dilated? What's happening? I don't it was very weird. I didn't like it. So that, I mean, because it took me out. I was like, why is this happening? It was just weird. But
you liked him overall. Robert Pattinson. You thought he was good.
Yeah, for sure. He was just like a super sad Batman. He was like the saddest Batman that we've had, I think.
He's very morose. That man never cracked a smile that whole movie, I don't think.
No, never. Now,
I don't know if that's based on a comic book, because what I like about the Batman is this movie is that like he's like 2 years in, he like stinks. He's like not good at it yet. Like he doesn't really know what he's doing. He's like a little
clumsy.
My friend said he's an open mic Batman. He's like he doesn't really have it down yet. So I'm like, is this based on like a thing? Is that why he's still so sad? Because it's only like 2 years in. Because by the way, I have heard criticism. Now I don't know enough about Batman to agree with this. I don't know about you, but I've heard criticism that his Bruce Wayne was bad because it was like apparently Bruce Wayne is supposed to be like a playboy, like this other side of him. He's like this cool billionaire, you know, like the Christian Bale Batman.
Yeah.
Where they're saying his Bruce Wayne was just the same, but like so morose, where you're like, oh my God, he doesn't even talk. He doesn't even say anything. He's so mean to Alfred, bro. Why is he so mean to Alfred?
He did not like Alfred until Alfred almost died. And then he was like, all right.
Not even. Remember when he almost dies, the first thing he says to him in the hospital is, so he's like, why did you lie to me? You're like, bro, this guy just woke up. Can you give him a second?
This guy had a literal bomb go off in his hands. Can you
because
relax?
Of you? Because of you.
Yeah. So I don't know. I don't know what like if it's based off of a specific comic book series, but there is like it feels very comic booky throughout it. Like the shots, the place that they were like the locations they were at, like his actual house looks very like the architecture in that thing looks crazy, you know?
Yeah. I liked it. It was like a Gothic manor. I thought that was cool.
Yeah. It felt very just stylized. It was like, Shelby and I were joking. We were like, it's like an artsy kind of Batman almost, you know, or like like trying to be, you know. There's like
I got
all these
whole other thing on that, but I'll save that for later. I got a whole big picture point that I'll make at the end of this.
Yeah. I don't know if anybody else in the world noticed this, but I did sort of feel like it was a highlight reel of all of Robert Pattinson's movies in one, because there was like a scene that in my like I felt like represented like certain parts of other movies that he's done. Like like Edward Cullen within Twilight. I feel like he's in every part of this movie pretty much. When he talks, I'm just like, this is Edward.
Yeah, sure.
But there's also this scene where it's when he breaks into the Iceberg Lounge, not dressed up as Batman yet. He like changes while he gets in, and he's got like the red hat with the hoodie on. And I was like, oh, this is good time.
Yeah.
I was like it felt exactly like it, like he had the backpack, the baggy hoodie, like the hat. It was just like, this is good time, you know?
That's funny.
Yeah. So
I was gonna say the only thing about this is the last Robert Pattinson point I'll make is that I will say, and this goes with the style of like the Gothic manor looking Bruce Manor, Bruce Wayne Manor, or whatever. It's raining, it's nighttime. I will say this is the sexiest Batman movie I've ever seen. And I mean that in like a general, like, bro, the scene, I can't believe it was in the movie. But when Catwoman goes home and her roommate's like, they expose me, whatever. And then she's like, I'll handle this, Zoe Kravitz. And she goes into her room, and then it cuts away to Robert Pattinson being like, how about this? And he takes this, and I was like, what do we got here? And then it like just watch her get chased. And we watched the whole thing in the movie. I looked around when I saw it. I was like, is everybody, what are we doing here? What's happening?
Is Bruce Wayne a peeping Tom?
Bro, that scene was wild. That scene was really interesting. And why is this happening? Because, and they do, bro, I'll say Zoe Kravitz is great, but the two of them, they're like, there was a part of it I was like, there was a couple scenes where I'm like, are they gonna fuck? Like, what's happening? It was so sexually charged in a good way. And I think they were going for like that noir sexiness that can come from that type of style. But that one scene, I was like, I don't know if this needs to be in the movie. like it's PG-13. Like, kids are seeing this movie potentially. It's a little much.
No, definitely. I thought that they really nailed, because there is this sort of like sexual tension that Catwoman and Batman have, and I just I thought they did a really good job of that. But yeah, there were like a couple of scenes where I was like, again, it's just long. It was like just long takes of everything, you know?
Yeah. The big long movie. Long movie. But I'm not even saying that as a criticism, saying it was like the sexiest Batman, because I do think a little bit they were going for that. But there was some of it that almost felt like that's why he was so brooding and morose, where I'm like, it was like you're saying, like, they're definitely playing up Robert Pattinson's ability to be like in Twilight, all he does is like, stare. It's like a Vogue ad, he's always like voguing at the camera. So I'm like, they definitely used his ability to appeal to women in that way, at least to me and to men. I liked him, I think he looks good.
Yeah, no, definitely. I thought overall it was like incredible casting from like, everybody.
I agree. Yeah.
Like Paul Dano, such a creep, and nailed it. He's a creepy guy. I don't like, he is. He has the ability to not be, but he is. Yeah.
It's funny. I saw it last week when I still had my bad haircut. When they show him for the first time, and I'm looking at a guy who's got the same haircut as me, I was like, I gotta see a goddamn barber. I can't live like this.
You went to go get your haircut after that.
I did. That's what I'm saying. I saw him in that movie. I was like, bro, I can't look like the Riddler.
Yeah.
I walked in and been like, the last time I went to the barber, it was like, hey, have you seen the trailer for the new Batman? And the barber was like, say no more. Gave me the Riddler. So
he was great. His costume design, just a creepy dude in general, I feel like. But
you haven't even seen There'll Be Blood. You don't even know.
Yeah, well, but then like the costume on top of it, like his Riddler outfit with like the glasses over that little mask of his.
Yeah, it was good.
Yikes! These glasses he's got over him.
So he's got my haircut, your glasses, you and I together. This is the show is the Riddler. That's what we're realizing.
Yeah.
Great casting overall, though. Zoe Kravitz is great. Robbie P was great. I liked Gordon. but I do think he had way too many lines where he said, Jesus. He said that a lot.
Yeah. I just noticed, I hate to bring this up right now, but I think the audio's coming from your headset, Mike.
No, really?
I think so. I just noticed it when you turned to cough your arm and it got louder.
Oh my God, it was. Oh no.
Oh, there we go.
Oh man, do you think it'll be okay?
Yeah. It did not sound like, I didn't even notice until you coughed.
Really?
Yeah. And then I was trying to isolate it. I was like, wait a minute. And then I was like, yeah, that's definitely headset mic. But
Oh fuck. Why did it usually just attaches it?
we'll play it back. We'll play it back just to make sure.
This is we're on such a roll. I mean,
I know.
this
I know that I didn't want to interrupt, but I was like, I got to do it.
Oh man, did I fuck the whole episode? I'm sorry, folks. I didn't. Hopefully, it doesn't sound too bad. It doesn't sound better now. Does it sound like much better?
It sounds way different. Yeah.
Oh no.
Just different, not worse, not better. It's just different. Where were we? Sorry, I'm just kind of going through the cast. Yeah. So
Gordon says Jesus a lot.
Yeah. I feel like that guy Jeffrey Wright, incredible actor, by the way.
Yeah, he's good.
He is always kind of put in those roles where like he's just kind of like perplexed that like something of this magnitude could be happening. He's just, what does this mean? Like all of the time. Like that was his character in Westworld, but he nails it. And his voice too. I mean, he was in the French Dispatch and he has like monologue after monologue in the French Dispatch. Solid
Great voice.
Yeah, great voice. Colin Farrell, didn't know that was Colin Farrell. I did not know until I opened it up before I joined this call as Penguin.
I will say I saw it with people, and when they after the car chase, he's like, look what happened to this, and he goes, hey yo, what are you doing here? That was so fucking funny. He went full I'm walking here. Like it was great. Oh, what are you doing to me? Showing me that. Come on. What, you don't know the difference between L and La? Piece of pie, gabagool. Like it was great.
Yeah. No, he leaned into it super hard.
Now here's my question.
Yeah.
If you're a regular actor that maybe looks more like the Penguin than Colin Farrell, are you upset about them spending $10 million of a makeup department to make him look like that? If you're just like, I look like that and I'm an actor.
Yeah. What? For sure. Like Vincent D'Onofrio. Like Vincent D'Onofrio.
Call out somebody by name. Come on, bro.
I'm just saying he could do it.
I'm saying he could do it. All right. You're right.
I'm saying he could do it. They would still need to put some prosthetics on him,
Yeah.
But he's too tall. Vincent D'Onofrio's tall.
Is he? I didn't know that.
Oh my God, bro. He's like 6'4".
Oh, damn. Big guy.
And for an actor, like most actors are 5'8". He would literally tower over everybody on that cast.
You know who's tall? Robert Pattinson. He's 6'2".
Is he?
Yeah, he's my height.
There we go.
Well, he's Batman. You're saying he's too skinny. My man's out here towering over everybody.
Well, hey, listen, we can have a lanky we can have a lanky Batman.
Sound like you didn't like it.
I did, bro. It's literally my body type.
No,
it's nice to see myself on screen.
For Batman, you don't like.
Well,
it for
I
Batman.
can, but I can see myself in the role now. It's nice.
Let me ask you this: if you could cast any actor, dead or alive, future or present, to play Batman, who are you casting?
Well, he was already cast. Ben Affleck is the best.
I know.
Physical, and even he's sad too. He's a sad king. He
is the sad king. He should have been in this movie.
Yeah.
He should have been in this movie. Robert Pattinson is great, but it is one of those things where like he really didn't get his due.
Yeah, like because he never had a standalone like this is my movie.
Yeah.
A couple of highlights from the movie. Loved that they didn't have to walk us through or visually explain what happened to Bruce's parents. There's always like it's like we know. Like let's just get to
watch it again.
like they're going to the movies, they're walking, they're leaving the theater, they get mugged. It's like we know. We got the whole thing. We don't need to see it. So I love that. Just from like the You know, Jesus, bro. They had that. It's like a 3.5 hour movie.
God.
I did see this. I did see this tweet. And it was like 2 days after Batman came out, so I'm assuming it was related. But someone just said, "I'm only watching 90-minute movies in 2022."
Well, I texted you. I watched 2 movies in 2022 that have been 3 hours long, and so have you. We both watched I saw Drive My Car in theaters, and I saw the Batman in theaters. I texted my friend Damien where I was like, I'm good on 3-hour movies for the rest of the year. I think I fulfilled my quota. I think that's enough. I don't need another 3-hour movie.
It's miniseries at this point. It's like, wild.
Our director King, Paul Thomas Anderson, was on a podcast this week, and he said something that I've been saying forever, which is that TV, the miniseries and television shows, they're taking stories that could be 80 to 95 minutes and stretching them out, and it makes for bad storytelling. And he was like, that's why movies, regular ass movies that are 90 to 2 hours long, are not made anymore, because they stretch them out forever. And it's like, you know, he was like, he said a funny thing where he's like, anytime somebody's like, yeah, but you just got to get through the first couple episodes. He goes, then why am I watching it? Why am I watching it if it's got to be the first couple episodes? That should not be a thing. And I was like, this guy gets it. Yeah. This guy fucking gets it. That's why I don't watch TV. I can't do it with the whole fucking 3 episodes in and then it gets good. I'm like, can't do it.
I could have guessed that PTA was anti-TV, or just not pro TV. You know,
he's not pro TV. He's not
let's say
he's not pro TV. But it was just interesting in the sense of, you know, the 3-hour movie. It's like, this was one of the times where it's like, this could have been a miniseries. It was like the opposite.
Yeah, no, for sure. Who else? You know, just thinking about the cast again, Zoe Kravitz. We kind of touched on it a little bit. Just a great performance. I feel like
beautiful woman,
at least. Oh, for sure. Yeah, without a doubt. I feel like Selena Kyle, we've got like a couple of good performances from her, but we just saw more from that character in general, which I just, which I thought was awesome. We saw like the whole, connection to Carmine Falcone and like that relationship, which was cool. John Turturro, bro, John Turturro's having a good couple. He has not stopped having. It's like every year is the year of John Turturro.
I was waiting to get to him because I was going to say, you know why I loved him in this movie? Because he's John Turturro. He's the king. But you know why? His character, he was low key just Kanish from Rounders. Evil version of Kanish. He definitely was. He was doing. He was doing his Rounders character. Yeah. The way he like slow talked and kind of was like
the glasses.
Yeah, I don't want to ruin your good time. Like he's like kind of giving. Oh, dude, I was like,
he's always got like fortune cookie advice,
Dude, so good. Every time he came on screen, I was like, yeah. I was like, we need more of this. I was like, this is good stuff.
So funny.
Just fist
a couple of the couple of scenes with him and Zoe Kravitz where he's just like, my own blood, and it's like you found out 5 minutes ago, bro. It's like
he turns out to be much more evil, but like the lead up, all the scenes with him, he's like, oh, it's Gotham royalty here, Mr. Bruce Wayne, and he tells the story about getting shot, and he goes Hippocratic oath. I like that. It's good stuff. I'm like, I love this guy. He's so great. He's so great.
Yeah. Wild.
So yeah, he was great. I'm like, this guy needs to be in all movies forever.
Trying to look at.
I think that was the big members. That was the whole cast, I think, minus small supporting roles, but I think that was about it.
Yeah, I mean, we got Andy Serkis as Alfred, which Andy Serkis is a phenomenal actor. So yeah, cool to see him in there. I thought that. For Alfred, I thought he did great. Oh, dude, I forgot. He was like a smaller role. It was kind of weird to see him in there. I don't know what I just said. Was weird to see him in there. Was Peter Sarsgaard, the guy who played Coulson.
The DA. Yeah, that was good.
Mm-hmm.
That was good. It was funny. Popped up. Can I tell you something now? Can I give some critiques of the movie?
Hit me.
So you gave the one about the well, we were talking about the Riddler in general, and this is like one of those things where I just, and this is big spoiler, but didn't that scene with the quote unquote new Joker in the jail set, wasn't that like, that was like the worst thing I've ever seen. I was like, this is like unbelievable that this is in this movie. That was a post-credit scene that they put into the movie. Like, what is going on? Like, what is happening? That scene was like and it was one of those moments where it was Lord of the Rings, The Return of the King, where it keeps ending over and over again. And you're like, why has this not wrapped up yet? That was one where like halfway through the scene, nobody even like liked it. I saw it at a packed theater. Nobody was like, woo, Joker or whatever. Everybody was just like, what is going on with this fucking scene?
Yes.
And it made Paul Dano look worse because he has like this weird thing where he's like jumping on the wall. I was like, I don't know what is going on.
There were a couple moments with Paul Dano where like I was kind of pulled out of the movie, similar to like the sunglasses scene with Arpat, where when he was like in the jail cell and Batman went to go talk to him, there's probably like 45 seconds of just like extreme overacting, in my opinion.
Oh, dude, I was totally gonna say that too. When he goes,
where he's just like,
no.
It's like, bro, what are we? It's like cut.
He is a bit of an overactor. I know you haven't seen There'll Be Blood, but like
I have.
He can go for it big time.
Yeah, and yeah, like maybe it's just I don't know. Maybe it's just something about how I feel about him. I don't know, like because I like him as an actor. I feel like he has a tendency to kind of tip a little bit. And yeah, the Joker scene also. I just think people are tired of the Joker in general.
Yeah.
Like we got the Joker, like a movie that's not even connected to this whole storyline.
Yeah.
Like the Joker from Dark Knight Rises, like everyone talks about that all the time, or Returns, whatever, I don't know if I can cancel me. But you're not a real fan.
And I'm not.
It's like,
so.
It's just we've seen enough of the Joker. There are so many other villains within that universe. Give us something else. We haven't seen Mr. Freeze since Arnold Schwarzenegger. Give us the Freeze.
Yeah, bro. I'm trying to freeze up. Remember
like we've
movie?
got
his whole thing is that he says like I'm cold puns.
Yeah. Oh. Chill. Yeah.
Bring that back. That's what I want to see in the next one.
Yes. like actually though, because the Riddler, Poison Ivy, Two-Face, it's just we've got some good characters in there. Give us that. We don't and I'm sure the Joker's gonna be weird and sad and good and fine, but it's just we've seen it. And the Joker has been the most memorable comic book villain over the last 15 years of everyone getting hyped on comic book movies. Without a doubt, give us something else to talk about other than someone else being compared to Heath Ledger for like the 12th year in a row. I can't have this conversation. Oh, Jared Leto and now Joaquin Phoenix. And it's like, oh, Jesus, I can't keep hearing this discourse.
But also just like, I totally agree. I'm over the Joker and we're Joker. We are the Joker. We got the Joker back. So let us not forget, but I can't do it. In that scene, I was like, the scene was just poor. It felt like forced in of like, sequel. Like, all right, I get like they're not gonna make a sequel. Come on with this now. You're like, I mean, and okay. Can I do some big picture thoughts?
I'm ready. Yeah, hit
on
me.
Movies in general in regards to the Batman. You might hate this, you might like this. Now, I've seen the Joker. I haven't seen a lot of other DC stuff. I saw the Suicide Squad, which was like an isolated thing. It was great and really funny. But I saw the Joker, and I know the Batman, the Batfleck movies kind of stink, and they're all self-serious, and the Superman one. After sitting through a 3-hour Batman movie, this is what I think. I think that everybody said this. They're like, it's trying to be Zodiac. It's trying to be Seven. It feels more like a David Fincher detective movie, and it does. It is like 100% Seven. I mean, it is It's raining in every shot. White guy, black guy, detectives working together. Like it is Seven.
Yeah.
And then he's the Zodiac killer with his notes and clues. And now I have a theory that for a director like Matt Reeves to make a movie that he wants like this, his whole thing where he's like, it's dedicated to like 70s American filmmaking and Nirvana and all this sort of stuff. It's this whole self-serious thing. And this is where I think, and it might be because I'm a Marvel king now, ever since I had COVID and I watched all those movies for the first time. This is where I think Marvel gets it right, which is like, okay, you're going to make a movie that's Seven and it's Zodiac and it's raining and he's a peeping Tom and it's dark and the music and it's all fucked up, man. But at its core, the main guy is the guy who wears the helmet that has little bat ears. Like it's like this is the first time in my life where I was like, where is the action scenes? Why is stuff not blowing up more? Why is he not beating up more guys? If I want to watch Seven or Zodiac, I'll just watch those movies. But I don't think it's Matt Reeves' fault. And I don't think it's anybody that worked on this movie's fault. I think that when somebody goes to a studio, they go, I want to make my dedicated love letter to the 70s cinema, and I want to make it dark and raining, and I want it to be a detective story, and I want $300 million, and I want Robert Pattinson to be the star, and I want Zoe Kravitz to be a femme fatale. They go, that's great. Here's the thing. You can do that, but it's going to have to be Batman. Because that's how it works. So like I could be wrong. And what I think Marvel gets right is that they're like, at its core, it is a comic book movie. It is fun. It's exciting. There's scenes with the sun. It's silly. It's a little funny. The actors are charming. And like, I saw a tweet that said this and it kind of wrapped it up, but it was like, it's so confusing to tell, this is somebody's tweet where they're like, to tell my 8-year-old that yes, there is a new Batman movie out, but no, you can't see it because it's for grown-ups. It's just very strange. I think it was a great movie, but I think I just want to watch some more original stories that aren't IP grabs. Like making a 70s love letter detective movie be Batman. Like just make that movie. Right. And let Batman be Batman. And maybe I'm wrong. Maybe Batman is supposed to be super dark. I haven't read the comic books. I have watched the animated series when I was growing up because it was on the WB network, which we had basic cable, which is what it was on. So maybe I'm wrong. But like, I just think in general, like, it's like, I don't know. I'm like, I think Marvel does it a little bit better. And like I said, I'm a Marvel kid. You've done to me. But like, I don't know. I just think... Like I got out of that movie and I was like, whew, like I was exhausted. I was like, that was a lot, you know?
No, definitely. I mean, you make great points all through that, which are, you know, Marvel movies are comic book movies. And what has appeared to happen is like these bigger Batman movies are like action movies or mystery movies that are based around Batman, instead of them being comic book movies, you know, like it's, and it's funny too, because like we kind of saw that with the Joker. Like, I don't know what the catalyst was to get that movie made, but it felt very similar to what you just described about, you know, Matt Reeves goes to the producers and they're like, you know, I want to make this type of movie. I felt like that's what happened with Joker, where, you know, where someone was like, I want to make like a modern day Taxi Driver. And they're like, okay, you can do that with the Joker, you know,
add the IP to it and here's your money. No, kind of. Kind of feels like that's the world. That's where that state that we're at, which is like, you can make that movie, but it's got to have some sort of IP so then we can sell it to China and all the international markets, you know? So,
for sure. So that they'll so that they'll watch it and bring in a bunch of extra money that they're not going to get domestically. I did like it. I mean, you know, like your whole point of like,
I liked it. It was all that.
No.
I liked it, but I just had to say that because that's how I felt.
No,
I saw it
for sure. Even like I heard this interview with Matt Reeves where he was like, you know, this Batman's really heavily influenced by Nirvana and Kurt Cobain, and all I could think of walking out was like, we know, like, you got something in the way playing at the top and at the bottom of the movie. It's like,
Yeah. The one thing I'll say is I don't think this movie has a rewatchable factor to it. I couldn't imagine watching it again, or like, it being on and just being like, yeah, let me watch this, in the same way that The Dark Knight comes on and I'm like, oh shit, dude, it's gonna be the scene where the truck flips. Fuck yeah, let me watch this.
Yeah.
Didn't really have that
Yeah.
for me. Or like, oh, it's the bank heist scene in the beginning. Cool, I'll watch it. Like, I don't know. To me, this movie was like just like very tiring in a way that, and granted, that was probably just due to the length. Like we said, it could have been like an awesome 2-hour movie that could be totally rewatchable, but
Yeah, it'll definitely be like a few years before I watch that movie again, just because I'm like, I feel like I a rare time where I pay attention through the whole thing. I did not fall asleep, which is amazing. I don't know how. I wanted to, but I didn't. Because I get in those seats, man, and I'm gone. I don't know what it is about being in a movie theater. It's so comfortable. I'll knock right out.
especially in this Batman. I mean, you don't see the sun in any scene. So it's like, it's just nighttime. It's like, time for bed.
Such a wet movie. I know we like opened up this conversation with that, but we really didn't talk about it. It is raining in every single scene, other than at the very end when everything's better and the sun finally comes out, but the city's flooded.
Yeah, it's all wet. It's a big wet movie.
It's
dude.
all wet.
Wet hot
It's all
American
wet.
Batman. That's what I'll say.
the whole scene where he's talking with Alfred, I was really listening. The whole scene, Alfred's in the hospital. There's a whole rain track in the background, bro. It's raining even when he's in the hospital.
It's ASMR for rain, bro. If you like rain, you're gonna love Batman. Well, that's like the seventh thing.
That's the official This Is the Show review. If you like rain, you're gonna love the Batman.
If you love a wet movie, then this is the movie for you. No, it is big wet, bro. That's the seventh thing. Like I was saying, in 7, it's like raining in every single scene because it's supposed to be this like, noir type movie. But yeah, wet movie. And I thought the fucking soundtrack was amazing. I thought it was so good. I thought it was so, I'll say this. Anytime the movie was just Blade Runner, I was all in. When it started, where they were showing the bat signal and he's narrating it, but turns out he's journaling, and it's showing all the criminals being scared of the shadows, and that score is playing and like whatever. I was like, I want 2 hours of just this. I don't give a fuck about the Riddler. I don't give a fuck about any of this stuff. I'm like, I just want to watch this because you know what that reminded me of? The TV show, the animated series. I was like, this is cool. It's like Blade Runner. Gotham's like this wet night city. I was like, this is cool. But but that was the only scene where that happened. So I was, but I thought that was a sick way to open the movie. It was like Halloween. He's like, it's Halloween. The city needs a Avenger. I was like, fuck yeah, dude. Let's do this.
It was cool. I loved that they were on motorcycles. Both of them.
So many
like,
motorcycles.
Catwoman and Batman, both like just so sick. And like I couldn't think of a worse vehicle to be on in such torrential downpour, and they're on them.
Yeah, bro. I'll say this. I thought the Batmobile was cool too. I'm glad it wasn't like a fucking militarized tank from The Dark Knight. Where you're like, bro, why are you making me think about Afghanistan when I'm trying to watch the Batman, bro? I want to see the fancy car with the blue light. That's all I want. And it was cool. It was like slick. I was like, this is so the design of it, I thought was great. I thought they totally nailed it. I was like, this is cool. It was hyper style, you said, and it was it fit very well. But wet. Big wet.
Love the scene where like the car doesn't start at first. I just thought that was like another, because it was very like soft on the whole, Batman still getting his feet established in this role, because there's like that one scene where he deploys the parachute and gets caught up on the overpass and goes flipping. There's that scene, and then the scene where the Batmobile doesn't start. Loved that. Other than that, I can't really think of anything, but it was just kind of like nods to him not being 100% confident in there. Did you have a little trail mix on that? What was that?
It was a piece of raisinette on my microphone.
Oh man, what the fuck?
Sorry.
Whoa.
Sorry. Sorry. I didn't mean to do that. That was gross. I shouldn't have done that.
I was like, what are we snacking on here?
No, yeah. Can I give one last critique? And this is related to my bigger point.
Sure.
At the end, and I know they have to do this because it's a superhero movie, and they really got to bash ideas over the head to you. But this is my thing. It can't be both. It's either a kid's movie that's a superhero movie that's made for international markets that everybody can understand, or it's an adult, grown-up, gritty crime thriller from the 70s. It cannot be both. And this is where they screw it up because it's all serious and dark, blah, blah, blah. And there's that big thing where he realizes that it's not just about vengeance. It's not just about revenge. He needs to help. He needs to help people. That's like the big thing, right? And he has that big visual metaphor where he cuts himself down and he jumps in the water and he lights his thing and he leads into the trouble and he reaches his hand out. And the new mayor that's for change and for helping people, they're coming together and it's not just vengeance. And you're like, great, love it. That's fun. He's 2 year in Batman. He needed to learn a lesson. Love it. They show that for about 100 hours. That's what it felt like. That whole scene felt like it was 100 hours. It took so long. It was like the slowest shot of his hand reaching out, and then the mayor slowly reaching her hand.
And then he pulls like 3 people out of that thing. I'm like, we won. We get it. You know?
Yeah, exactly. He does the mayor, then he's got to do the kid, and then there's an electrical where there's an MTA worker down there. There's helping everybody. So we watched that for 100 hours, and I was like, cool, great. I'm like, I'm wiping my shirt off. I'm getting my Snickers all ready to go. I got my backpack going, and then he says it. He goes, I realized it's not just about vengeance. It's about help. I'm like, I just watched it. I just watched it forever. Now you're literally telling me that it's happening. And I get why they're doing that. They gotta deliver it for an international market. And that's why I don't think overall that this style doesn't necessarily match what they're trying to sell it as. Because that stuff feels forced in, where in a Marvel movie they're like, it's goofy, it's fun, it's, like, look at me, I'm Spider-Man, like, it's exciting. And then they go, and here's the message, and we'll say it, and Robert Downey Jr. is going to give me a big speech about it. Great, big thumbs up. But this one, I was like, it can't be so serious and then treat us like we're stupid, like
yeah, because it doesn't really it doesn't hold your hand a whole lot of the way through the movie. I'm trying to think of an instance where it really does, where it's just like overt in your face. I think that there's like that whole scene with Robert Pattinson spray painting, literally connecting the dots on his floor. I thought that was a little over the top, but like other than that, there's not like any sort of, I mean, they were like, here's how everyone's connected in case you missed the last hour, so that was okay. But like, other than that, they don't do a whole lot of leading like that. And so, yeah, but I didn't really think of it like that. Like I didn't really notice that it was being shown in your face until you pointed that out. There was that scene at the end where like he's I don't know if he's at an ambulance. I can't really remember, but like Shelby actually pointed this out. She was like, what the fuck was that? Where like someone's on a gurney or whatever they're called, like the little,
Stretcher?
You know what I'm talking about? Stretcher. Yeah. And, Batman's like looking down at her and it's like some random person. And she like grabs his arm and then he just like looks at it, and he's like, human connection. And it's like, all right,
all right with this now,
Also, Shelby was keeping account of every time he just like looked at the camera for longer than 3 seconds, where he would just look at the camera and like, kind of furrow his brow a little.
Yeah, and that's the thing is like, I'm not trying to be too like Mark Maron had like an infamous bit on Conan where he was like, these movies are made for like comic book movies are for like children that, like whatever. And he gets really angry about it. And I'm not like that. I'm a Marvel king. But I'm saying like the hand holding thing is like, do I necessarily need a movie that's always open-ended with the ending or not explaining it? No, sometimes I like to be told, I'm stupid. I can't read. I like it. It's good. But this one just felt it was like a little bit of like, all right. You know why? it's because I had just sat there for 3 hours and I was like, wrap it up. Let's get out
Yeah.
of here. I have to pee so bad, you know?
Yeah. They held true though. Like one thing they didn't steer away from was that Batman is a cool guy.
He is cool.
He's cool. And it's really, I mean, he's a sad guy, but he's a cool guy. It's kind of like what makes him that way, you know? So,
Yeah. Sad is
you
cool.
know, they still got that. Sad is cool. I don't know why that is.
It's probably not good.
Maybe we'll get into that. No, I don't. I mean, dude, and like when we were teenagers, sad was like really cool, you know?
And now we all got
It's probably that way
mental
for-
disorders as adults.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a blast. I don't know. I
Yeah.
don't know how that went so terribly wrong.
Interesting. Being sad is cool. Being anxious, not cool.
Yeah.
So
Which you would think, you know, it'd be kind of cool because you're always kind of like,
on
you know,
edge.
antsy. Yeah.
It depends on how
You
the
got energy.
anxiety manifests. Like paranoid anxiety, that's cool. You know, you're always like looking around, being like, "What's going?" Like, you know what I mean? You're like, "What's going on?" Like,
You're always really aware.
yeah, you're alert. That's cool. Being like, "Oh no, I'm nervous. I'm scared. My heart." Like me, you know, not cool. Not cool.
Come on, bro. Chicks love a blood pressure monitor. I'm surprised they didn't have one of those in the back cave, you know, bro. I would love to see just Robert Pattinson, sad as fuck, just in a little machine, you know. He's got his arm up, like my parents are dead, and he's just like getting his arm checked, you know.
Dude, all of his gadgets. He's got the eye thing. He's got the shooter thing. And then he's got a blood pressure monitor. He's got a pulse oximeter. He's got two thermometers. He's got all sorts of stuff. He's ready to go. Oh, we're back
would
in the
love that.
Chinese restaurant.
What's happening, bro? There's something going on with this. There's got to be. I think my camera's just broken, low key.
Oh.
Yeah, see that time you coughed and I didn't get the.
You can get the big,
There we go.
the big feedback from it. I'm so nervous that the episode is ruined because I didn't click on the right mic. It usually automatically does it, so I don't know why that happened.
It'll be fine. It's gonna be great. I'll go back. We'll stop. Well, here, let's wrap it up.
Is this
so-
the end of the? All we did was talk about Batman.
That was the app, bro. That was an hour. That was over an hour.
Oh fuck! We said we were gonna do like a little bit of Batman and then other stuff. What about our viewers that hate this?
I knew going in. Well, whatever. Wait till next week. Go back, listen to an old episode. I don't know. You know.
That's true. That's true.
I knew going in. I was like, this is gonna be the Batman episode. We're just gonna talk because the cast. There's like 8 people in the cast. They're all famous as hell. We didn't even talk about Zoe Kravitz as an actor, like her acting career in general. She's been in some wild stuff. We didn't even get into that, but
It's great. I'm trying to spread it to the masses.
man,
You haven't watched it yet, bro. It's like 87
I
minutes.
haven't.
It's the opposite of the
I got-
Batman. You know Soderbergh, he
I got it.
hates a long movie.
That's true. That's
Yeah.
true. He's
in
like,
and
I want to
out.
film it on an iPhone and I want it to be under 90 minutes.
And I'm gonna do it all myself. I'm gonna edit it. I'm gonna shoot it. I'm gonna direct it. I'm doing everything. That's why he's my king.
That's like you. Yeah, I was like, that's like you.
That's why I love him. I got a listener, Claudio, called me out. I tweeted that growing up is realizing that Steven Soderbergh is a more consistent and interesting director than Paul Thomas Anderson. He was like, "What is this?" And so like I
He's
had to
like-
defend myself. But I think PTA's highs are higher than Soderbergh has ever been, and I think that PTA's lows are equal to, if not lower, in my opinion, than Soderbergh's lows. But Soderbergh has made so many movies that are so consistently great that I just think I'm like, every time he puts a new movie out, I'm like, I have to see it. And it always
Yeah.
like all of his movies are like consistently like 80% on Rotten Tomatoes. Like he's just the king. Like he just makes interesting, fucking cool, smart, unique movies. And PTA's made like 7, and 2 of them I did not like very much at all. So it's like, it's kind of hard.
Yeah.
It's interesting. So sorry,
I
listener
think-
Claudia, that was for you. That was my explanation. But I still love PTA. Don't get me wrong. I'm just saying Soderbergh is becoming more and more prevalent in my I'm pumped to go see his movies, you know?
I think, and this is a real blanket statement, but I think that it's one thing to make a couple of standout movies or even one standout movie. I think it's extremely impressive to make like 7 standout movies, you know, like in my opinion, you start making movies that are excellent past like 2 to 3 movies that are like consistently good. To me, that should be an achievement in and of itself, because movies generally are bad and hard to make.
Amen, brother. I've never made a good one in my life. So
like it is like there are just so many things that are coming together that have the chance to be terrible. You have editors and actors and sound production and set design and costume design and direction and writing. And it's like all of those have to go extremely well for it to be a standout movie. Like you can have a couple that lag, but like for the most part, all those pieces really have to work. Like it's a whole thing. So yeah, I mean, for Soderbergh to be able to make so many consistent movies, like I watched No Sudden Move over the holidays.
So
great.
Good. It was great.
It was so fun.
No Sudden Move and Kimmy came out within like 11 months in the same year. PTA takes 9 years to make Licorice Pizza, which you're like, all right, I guess. So like, you know, I do think, but then when PTA makes There'll Be Blood, you're like, that should be in a museum. So it's like, you know, there is a balance, but like, it
belongs in a museum.
But it's interesting. Yeah, dude, the Oceans series 11 through 13 are like alone amazing. That's 3.
It's like our favorite movie.
Yeah, that's 3 right there. And if you count Out of Sight as like kind of a spiritual sequel or a spiritual prequel movies, which I do, which I think it's better than all 3 of them. Hot take. Which have you not seen it yet? You gotta see it. You gotta watch Out of Sight.
I know.
It's amazing.
I know.
If you like Oceans,
we had talked about this,
bro.
Yeah. The soundtrack's good. It's like that, like funky kind of.
Dude, it's the same guy who did the Ocean soundtrack, but it's like iconic.
Oh,
I listen to it all the time. It's amazing.
Damn,
love it.
Gotta
It was a
check it
big
out.
influence
Out of
on
Sight.
the last script I wrote. It's like, you know, trying to do like a caper movie. I love it. Love it.
Damn.
But anyways, we're getting into Soderbergh now. We gotta save that for next week.
I like this though. This was good. We got to do like, this was fun. Well, you know what really needs to happen is I just need to go to the movies more, because you're always going to the movie. Like we could do this episode all the time. I just need to also go to the movies the way you go to the movies.
I go to the movies a lot. I do go a lot. It's worked into my budget. That's something that I do for sure.
My guy does not like a movie comes out. It doesn't matter if it's a movie for an 8-year-old and it's like an animated movie. My guy's going to see it.
Did I tell you I saw Dog?
No,
I saw.
No, what? No,
I saw Dog. Yeah. So,
oh shit, bro.
Dog is this Channing Tatum directed movie about a guy and a dog that came out in the middle of hell of February and a couple weeks before the Batman. And the reason I saw the Dog is because I was going to go see the Batman in Astoria at 3 p.m. But then my buddy Brett, who I talked about last week, was like, hey, do you want to go see the Batman at 4 in Williamsburg Cinema? I was like, yes. So I called the Regal at Astoria and I go, hey, I can't make the showing for the Batman. Can I get a refund? They go, yeah, you got to come in to get the refund though. So on Friday, Friday, I go in the morning. I walk to the Regal at Astoria. I walk there, have my ticket and the whole thing. And I go, yeah, I just want to get this, I couldn't make the movie. They said that they could do this. The manager comes out and he goes, oh yeah, we can refund you, or you can see a movie now if you want. Like we could just let you go see a different movie, or you could see the Batman. And I was like, well, I saw the Batman yesterday. And he was like, yeah, you can just go to another movie. And I just saw Dog was playing and it was like 12:20 and I was on vacation and I was like, you know what? Give me one for Dog. So I saw Dog on Friday. I can't believe I forgot to tell you. I saw it, bro. I was the only guy in the movie theater. It was at 12:20 in the afternoon after being out for 5 weeks
on a Friday.
On a Friday morning. Yeah, bro. I saw Dog.
What's the runtime?
Probably like an hour 50. I want to say. I can't really remember. It's not too long.
Okay. How
Yeah.
was it?
It was good. It was pretty good. That's the funny thing. It was pretty good.
Oh man. Was it like slapstick?
No, it's like dog stick, you know?
Come on. Come on.
It's like dog humor, where it's like the dog ripped up the carpet, the dog jumped out of the car, he's chasing after the dog. It's a lot of that.
It's like one of those it's like a Ben Stiller movie. Like everything's just kind of going wrong throughout it.
Not really.
What? What kind of movie is this?
We can't.
It's one of the two.
You gotta do an art project tonight. You said you can only do
whatever.
No, it's not like everything's going. It's not like Meet the Parents. I would never see a movie like that ever again in my life. But it's like
movie's just anxiety.
It's like dog. It's like man and dog get into hijinks together. Not necessarily going, but like needs the dog to accomplish goals. Learns from the dog. Dog learns from guy. It's Dog Stick. It's a Dog Stick movie.
Got it.
Like,
okay.
The comedy comes from like a guy working with an unfamiliar dog.
Yeah, sure.
Who's got his own set of rules. You know, he's barking at the mailman. And he's like, get away from the mailman. You know,
I'm a dog and I do what I want.
Yeah, it's like one of those. It's like the first hour of Marley and Me before literally the worst thing in the universe happens, which we all know.
Sure. Yeah, sure.
So you can see Dog. We can do a whole episode on Dog if you go.
Oh my God, just Dog.
Well, I was thinking for the title this week, I was thinking because we only talked about the Batman, because we always do the 3 comma things, I might just do episode 47, the Batman, and the Batman as our 3 topics.
Nice. Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Good.
I saw the trailer for Dog. I saw the
it's
trailer
a
for
bad
Dog.
Trailer.
I feel like it represents exactly what I expect from that movie. I wouldn't even say it's a bad trailer. I think it's a good trailer for a bad movie, you know.
I'll say,
but I didn't see it.
It's a 2-star movie. It's a star and a half. It's a star and a half.
Okay. But it's like a fun, you got nothing else to do, you put on Dog.
Yeah, bro. If Dog is on, you're watching Dog. Like if you haven't seen.
Oh wait, are you saying that dogs are rewatchable?
No, I'm not saying Dog is rewatchable, but I'm saying. Oh, maybe I am saying Dog is a rewatchable.
It kind of sounds like, hey, if it's on TNT, you're rewatching it.
No. I'm saying if it's you and you haven't seen Dog, and you go, all of a sudden it's a Thursday night and you go, I got nothing to do. My wife's out of town. Dog's on HBO Max. You're not gonna watch Dog. You're not gonna put it on just to see what's up. No, you're gonna put it on, bro. It's got Channing Tatum, Dog. It's a, you know what I mean?
I do know what you mean.
You know what I was doing before you hopped on the cast? I was watching Coach Carter. I don't know why. I just saw it was on Netflix. So if I can watch Coach Carter, you could watch Dog.
That's the official This Is the Show rating for Dog, by the way. If I can watch Coach Carter, you can watch
Dog. It sounds like a threat. It sounds like an actual threat. Of yeah, bro. If I, but no,
dude, I have not
in Coach
seen
Carter.
Well, I haven't seen Coach Carter in probably since it came out.
Well, it's on Netflix right now. Netflix does this thing where they'll advertise a movie. They'll just throw a movie up on the banner. And like, you know, it will be like, you know, that's why I watch Moneyball once a week. I go on to Netflix.com. The first thing I see is a picture of Brad Pitt with a visor on. I'm like, it's go time. But like, you know, they'll do it with movies like The Longest Yard, bro. The Longest Yard is always on the Netflix homepage. And I always watch a little bit of it. The Adam Sandler one. I got to watch it.
Oh my God. That's another movie. Bro, what happened to sports movies?
Bro, I was just thinking about Coach Carter, The Longest Yard. We need another great sports
Hardball.
Movie. We need The Replacements, bro. I watched The Replacements the other day.
Dude, nobody talks about The Replacements, bro. Wait, the one with Keanu Reeves, right? The football team. Yeah, dude, that's such a fucking good movie.
That's a great movie.
We need courtroom dramas and sports movies ASAP.
Bro, I'm trying to watch the Pelican Brief and the fucking Replacements back to back every night of the week. Give me more of those movies. I'm trying to watch those movies, bro.
We need courtroom dramas. Okay, dude, this is like the official. This is the show. Like theme movies.
Sure.
Courtroom dramas, sports movies.
Yep.
And like card game movies.
Oh,
like
bro.
Round like
bro, you know what else was
card
on?
guys.
You know what else was on Netflix the other day on the homepage? And it's always on there. 21. Have you seen 21?
Oh,
Bro,
dude, of course.
I'll watch 21 every day of my life for the rest of the
21 is a card game movie, but
Yeah.
it's also kind of a magic movie.
Bro, it is a magic movie, and that's why it's fucking sick.
like what's that magic movie with Jesse Eisenberg?
Now You See Me 1 and 2, aka two of the greatest movies of all time.
21 is like adjacent to Now You See Me. It's like in that same just sort of like like it's like that, but also the perfect score. Did you ever see The Perfect Score?
No, I've seen The Perfect Storm.
The Perfect Score is like a high school heist movie where they're like
What?
breaking into like
Oh,
yeah, it's like they're
I've
breaking
heard of
in to
this
change
movie.
their SATs.
I've never seen it. Is it good?
It's like there's like a connection from The Perfect Score to 21 to Now You See Me. It's like all in the same like
you know what else is
there's
that?
a pipeline.
You
Yeah.
know what else is like that? Focus on HBO Max. Bro, you gotta watch Focus on HBO Max. It's Will Smith, but he's a con man and Margot. Bro, it's like 21. Now You See Me. The Perfect Score, which I haven't seen, and you better believe I'm watching that shit, bro. Rent it. I'll pay $14.99. I don't give a fuck. I'm watching that movie. But then Focus is also in that era. So yeah, bro, we need courtroom dramas, card movies, and fucking what was the third one? Sports
And
movies.
Sports
Good
movies. Which isn't Focus like sports movie adjacent?
It's
kind
a little
of?
sports movie too. It's kind of all three.
Yeah. Yeah. Hell yeah, dude. It's
not
like
a
you kind
courtroom
of
scene.
yeah. But are they doing illegal stuff?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Illegal activity is courtroom adjacent,
It is.
Like
It is.
Italian Job is like it's not a courtroom drama and it's not a card game, a movie, but it's like
There's a connection.
you can see the through line. Yeah.
There's a connection.
We're just action movie guys.
The connection is that Alex and Casey love it. That's the connection that's happening between all these
Yeah.
movies. None of them are that good, but we love them. We love these movies. From Pelican, you can get all the way from Pelican Brief to Now You See Me to Focus, all the way to fucking The Italian Job. And the red string with the Charlie Day meme is that Casey and Alex love that movie and we'll watch it 100 times. Bro.
Oh, I'm gonna throw up.
We need like a fucking
Oh,
we need like this is what we need. Are you ready for this? I'm gonna pitch you something because we got something big coming up in 2 months. We got
I'm ready.
we need Nice Guys 2, and the plot, the mystery that they uncover is saturated in the underground poker playing world of the 1980s. It's the 80s now. It's in the poker
Yes.
world, and they also the main villain is a lawyer or a DA. They gotta take him down from the inside, and also there's a sidekick who's a magician, and that's the greatest movie that will ever exist. They
Oh
make
my
that movie.
god.
That's the perfect Alex and Casey movie.
It is truly a shame we never did anything with the script that we wrote because you and I could be chilling right now.
Yeah, bro, that's a big movie.
Bro, we should write Nice Guys too.
I'll fucking knock on Shane Black's door. I'll be like, motherfucker, here's your goddamn script. The whole internet's been waiting for this movie since 2016.
The whole internet, aka our Twitter.
Yeah, people we know directly that love that movie.
Yeah.
Also, there's kind
Our
of a,
friend circle.
you know what's crazy is that there's kind of also a connection between Moneyball and all of these movies too. I don't know how, but like the
It's
sports
yeah.
analytic side of it, like the numbers is low key 21, bro. Moneyball
Yeah.
and 21 are like kind of connected too.
100%. And what's
Interesting.
what's that movie? The Big Short? That's like
Yeah.
also in this like circle of movies, you know?
It's like Courtroom. That's kind of in that same
Yeah.
legal.
It's the illegal activity. If there's illegal activity and there's numbers, chances are it's a courtroom drama adjacent movie.
Yeah, and it's also probably a card game related movie somehow.
Yeah. Honestly, what happened here, I think, is that we ran out of John Grisham novels to convert into scripts because there was a huge drop after like all of his movie or all of his books became movie. Like Runaway Jury, dude. Oh my
I
God.
actually haven't seen that one.
Oh shit.
I haven't
Oh,
seen
dude.
it. I got.
Oh my God.
I
Dude.
gotta watch
Oh
it.
my God. It's so good. It is like early 2000s deliciousness. You got not John Candy, bro. John Cusack. You got John definitely not John Candy. Yeah, because he's dead. John Cusack and Gene Hackman, he's in it. Who else is in it? I think Rachel Weisz is in it.
I could see that.
Crazy good. Takes place in New Orleans.
Oh, I'm watching, bro. That and The Perfect Score. I might do a double feature tonight.
You know what it is? I'll describe it to you. As a DVD, it's one of those like white cover with a sepia tone photo and then the red text that says Runaway Jury on it. That's the DVD. And everything is like washed in gold. It's like a very like gold saturated looking movie.
Yeah, bro. Well, what's the other big Grisham one we love? The Rainmaker, the Matt Damon.
Rainmaker, The Pelican Brief.
Pelican Brief, The Rainmaker.
The Pelican Brief is so good.
Did he write
The Firm?
Bro,
yeah, he did.
I fucking love The Firm. The Firm is also in that era of courtroom card game magic movies that we love. It's in that same universe. It's all
also
Firm is like the length of the Batman, by the way. And I don't know why, but I love it. I can watch that movie forever.
There's a whole other genre that we're really kind of skipping over too, which is like thriller, like Double Jeopardy. You ever seen that? Or like,
no, but somebody was just talking about Double Jeopardy.
That's a crazy movie. What's another one? Something with a spider. It's like, it's got
Arachnophobia.
Nah. Spider movie. I don't know how I'm gonna Google this, dude. Oh my God, what is the movie? It's like,
you ever seen Fracture with Ryan Gosling and Anthony Hopkins? Where he's
I never have.
What, bro?
I thought it was scary. I thought it was a horror movie.
No, dude. It's like a legal thriller where he's a young lawyer trying to get this madman who killed his wife, but like did all the legal stuff to get away with it. It's just like them talking to bro. You gotta watch Fracture.
Who's in it?
Ryan Gosling and Anthony Hopkins.
I thought, okay, I remember watching part of this movie, but thinking that it was part of the Hannibal Lecter storyline because it had, what's his name in it?
Yeah.
And so I was like, oh, this is too scary because Hannibal Lecter is like the scariest person ever.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you, it's not,
Scary.
and it's a legal crime thriller, and it's great. And
all
it's
right, so I'm watching
Gosling.
Runaway. Yeah. Okay, so I'm watching Fracture. You're watching Runaway Jury.
I also got you know what I just watched, by the way, that's kind of also in this world. Have you seen Quiz Show?
Never even heard of this.
Bro, John Turturro in Quiz Show. You gotta watch Quiz Show. Look at the cover to it.
1994.
You would fucking love Quiz Show, bro. Yeah, it's 90s. It's like in that kind of Rainmaker, The Firm era.
Interesting.
Dude, Quiz Show fucks.
Quiz Show.
It's kind of in that Now You See Me universe. It's not magic, but it's kind of magic.
Directed by Robert Redford.
Yeah, dude. Worst actor ever.
Ralph Fiennes. Wait, hold on. I think
Ralph Fiennes.
Yeah, that's what I said. What did I say?
You said Fiennes.
Fiennes, whatever. Bro, no one knows how to pronounce these last names.
Is he Voldemort?
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah. Isn't that wild?
No nose.
No, prosthetics, bro.
Penguin.
Yeah.
All right. Well, should probably wrap up.
Jesus. Yeah. Let's wrap it up. Plug them up, baby.
All right. This is the show 69@gmail.com. Email us if you're new to the show. We want to hear from you. Tell us what movies you love. We'll read them. We'll talk about it. This is the show podcast on YouTube. Like, subscribe, comment, tell a friend, share it with a friend. This is the show podcast on TikTok. We're Clip Kings now. This is the show 69 on Twitter. This is the show podcast on Instagram. You can follow me at Casey McGowan with 2 N's. And if you live in New York, I have a show on Saturday at House Party Cafe in Bushwick at 7 p.m. if you want to come out. Take a picture with me.
Love that. Oh, and then, dude, you take a picture with Casey at one of his shows and we'll post it on socials. 100%.
We'll post it. Well, I'll print it out, make it a card, and mail it to you.
And you can follow me, Twitter and Instagram at Alaska, AALASKAA. And with that, episode 47, a lot of Batman talk. Thanks for sticking around with us this weekend. Have fun out there. Stay safe. I'm one of your hosts, Alex Webb.
Casey McGowan.
Until next time, we love you.
Love you.